Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is CC Research Channel where we talk about career path, we talk about self-discovery and businesses. So on this channel today we have another special thing to discuss today. We'll be meeting with our special guest very soon. She'll be telling us journey of life so far, which we will learn from a pool of knowledge. So she has actually experienced so many things, from undergraduate to postgraduate to being a doctor and the work experience. So she'll be sharing some beautiful moments and some of the challenges moments also too with us. So I believe we will learn one or two things today. So make sure you stay tuned to the end so that you can grab everything she wants to say today. Thank you. So let's now meet our special guest today. Let's can we meet you, ma?
All right, I am Ajibola.
Okay. Thank you. So, what do you do? Can you give us a brief summary of what you do?
I'm a teacher.
A teacher. Wow, good.
I teach in the university.
Oh,
okay,
okay.
so I'm a lecturer.
Okay, good. And lecturer teaches anyway.
Exactly.
So, but though some lecture, why some teaches? For me, I used to prefer the teaching aspect.
Okay.
Not really the lecturing aspect. The lecturing, they will just come, they will just give you something to do, and you go and sort it out yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why the way you started, I really appreciate it. The teaching. It's always good to teach and not to lecture alone. Good. So we want to know what you are passionate about.
Okay.
And your passions, your hobbies.
So one of my hobbies, I love to read.
Wow. You
Almost everything around me is around reading.
Reading.
I could be locked up in a room for a year and then I'm just reading.
Are you kidding? Okay, so you so much enjoy reading.
Yes, reading any and everything. I can remember when my youngest sister wanted to write her A-levels.
Okay.
And then I saw her books, she just put all the courses together, all the subjects, and then they piled up. And I was just wishing I was the one that was asked to read the books. As in, I was just loving the books, like, someone should ask me to read these books. So I love to read.
Wow, good. Apart from reading, what else do you know?
I love talking.
You love talking. Wow, I like that. Lecturer must talk. Okay. Apart from talking, what do you do on your when you are less busy? Apart from
Maybe cooking.
your free time,
My free time cooking.
hanging out,
I'm not even
hanging out. Okay. So I want us to just to share your. Firstly, we want to hear about your undergraduate experience first. Where you finish from.
Okay.
Your journey, I know it's been a while.
Okay, that's so long a time.
Okay.
I think I came into UI. I finished my secondary school in 2006.
Good.
And then the admission was given in 2006. But I think there was a problem with UI. So we resumed 2007.
Okay.
So I had my undergraduate days in UI.
Okay.
And then I finished 2011.
From 2006 to 2011.
2007 to
2007 to
Yes,
2011. That's
yes.
like 4 years.
Yes.
Wow. And it's a 4 years course.
Yes. I studied in
So smooth.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't really remember any ASU strike that
Anything.
if we had any, maybe just a month or two.
So it wasn't so.
Yes, there was no
so
heavy disruption to the
so,
calendar. That's fine.
That's a good one. So during the undergraduate when you were in school, then what is the most beautiful moment you can share with us?
On the graduate days, many memories are flooded out. Many of my undergraduate days memories, but what can I really remember?
Your graduation day, your
Graduation
day.
My graduation day was something else.
Deciding your project.
Yeah. My parents came into Trenchard. Then the convocation is usually inside Trenchard. They came into Trenchard before 7 a.m.
Are you kidding?
I'm serious.
Before 7 a.m.
Before 7
Did they sleep inside you?
No. They just wanted to be a part of it, like a child.
Are you the first one?
No, I'm the second.
Second.
Yes, so I'm not sure I can forget the memory. And usually what would happen then in UI, parents aren't allowed into Trenchard. They will just stay in the overflow, inside the compound.
Oh, okay.
But when the security guards saw my parents, they said, they must sit inside. So they allow them to stay in front, like you can't come this early and they not see everything. Yes.
Wow. So they must really be full of joy that
Yes,
day. Saying you graduate. So where did you do NYC?
NYC was here in Ibadan.
No.
One of my professors wanted me back in UI.
Oh, okay.
And then my parents somehow wanted me in Ibadan.
Okay.
And then a judge who was like my guardian wanted me in Ibadan.
Okay.
So I don't know who's working, who's pressing the button that actually worked. But I just found myself in Ibadan.
Wow.
Okay, but then I served in a secondary school. I did not want to. After some time, I didn't want to come back to here to serve. So I served in secondary school in Ibadan.
Oh, okay. You must be a very good resourceful person for them to actually want you. This one want you. This one want you. Wow, that's a very good one. That's a very good one.
I served here in Ibadan.
In Ibadan. Which city do you join that in? Do you still remember?
Yeah. There was this one Fakor and there was something about health.
Okay.
Yes. Realizing the MDGs, something. But I was quite very busy. I was immersed with the NCCF.
Math.
I was very immersed with NCCF, Nigerian Christian
Oh,
Fellowship.
okay.
So that took up like most of my
the
time.
sister called it. What did they used to call it that time?
Mama.
Oh, yeah, the mama that time. Oh, yeah.
So
mama,
I did a lot of things with NCCF. So there was little time. I just had to go to my school, teach my students. Yes.
What did you teach that time?
I was teaching them literature.
Literature.
Yes.
Good.
I taught literature.
Okay. That's a very good one. Okay, now move down to you finished. You served which year?
That was 2012.
2012.
It was batch A, yes.
Batch
2012.
Okay, now you pick up your master's when?
I picked up the form almost immediately. I picked it up, I think, because for me, I realized early that some people can do plenty things.
Okay.
Me, I wasn't really able to. I knew I may not be able to do many things.
Oh, okay.
So, but I had known my strength right from the beginning. I love to read. I love to talk. And so, for me, over time, I just knew, I love to teach. When we had tutorial classes, I said, I could teach. So I knew early that I wasn't going to go into banking or go and look for a job. I knew I was coming back to teach. So right from service year, I picked up the master's form here in UI, and the very week I had my POP. The next week I was to resume in UI for my master's.
Oh, you actually obtained your form when you were 7?
Yes, when I was 7. So
you have already given you admission?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So it was while I was 7, I took the form, I came to write the test. It was, I think, we were the first set of people to, that they started the UI proficiency, use of English proficiency tests with. Oh. So we had the use of proficiency test, use of English proficiency test. Then we had the test from the department.
Oh, okay.
So I did the test, I had passed, I already had the admission. So the very next week I finished with POP, I just came and resumed to work.
That's interesting. So you didn't waste any time. Wow, that's lovely.
I did not go and start submitting CV. Nobody was doing service here. Who is employing? I knew I was not dropping no CV nowhere.
Because you actually know what you want.
Yes.
But just share with us, how are you able to discover yourself?
Okay, I can't say it was one thing, it was a process. Oh. Because I know that self-discovery doesn't just there could be light moments when you know this is it, but for me it was a journey. Over time I realized I wanted to teach, and then I believe in prayers. So over time I prayed to God, where would God have me work, where would God have me function? And then seeing myself in Bible studies, I saw the way I taught people passionately. I had looked at myself over time. I looked at the things I could do. I wasn't good with maths. I wasn't good with say people were learning how to bake cakes. I was like, I'm just baking stone and baking bread. So
but at least you tried those ones to be able to discover.
I didn't try too many things. Over time I had known that my strengths, should I say, weren't many. The things I could do them well. So decoration, I knew it was not my thing. Baking was not my thing. So I knew I had always loved reading. So over time I saw, teaching, I can teach. So
good.
It was a period, it was a journey. Over time I studied myself to know what am I good at, what am I not good at. So I made sure I piled up strength in the places where
you're good at. Yes. So you focus on your strength.
Yes.
And you left
and then the feedback from people too. People say, you taught me, and I really understood. I did not understand it, Even when the teacher when he taught me, I understood it. I was like, okay, so you really understood it. So maybe I'm good at this. So over time, I discovered teaching was
okay, let's go back to your master's experience now. You spent how many years for your master's?
Master's was meant to be 18 months, but then it was, I think, 2 months plus 2 years. It was meant to be 18 months, but it was over 2 years. Because there was a 7-month ASU strike. The ASU strike that I missed in undergraduate. There we go. So we spent 2 years. I started 2013. I finished 2015.
Yes. So like 7 month strike?
Yes, there was 7 months strike in between.
Okay.
So we did not have a convocation where we should have.
Okay. But apart from the strike, what are the challenges you faced during your MSc? Or it was all smooth? You don't have any?
MSc was something else because I finished from UI, and then I came back to UI to do my MSc.
So it should be much easier for you.
So I just felt it's the same group of lecturers, it's the same setting. These are classes I already knew, and then so since they told us ABCD when we're and then now we're in for the real work. I just kept asking myself, is this the same set of people that taught me during undergraduate? Was it that they were holding back things? Because it's like now they were speaking German.
Oh.
The curriculum was totally different. The workload was. There were several days I slept over in my lecturer's office. I had access to one of my professor's office. Okay. Wasn't using
the office.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was the HOD. So I had the key to his office. So I can't count the number of days I slept over. I just had deadlines. One of our professors told us, this deadline, if you don't meet it, it's not a deadline, it's a deadline. So, Lord, we had many deadlines that they just had to be met. So many times my day would start in the morning and then go around to the night, the next day, not blinking till the next evening. Until, okay, now put in the deadline. Okay, I can rest a bit. Another deadline comes. So masters was a different ballgame.
And I used to hear that doing MSc in UI is much easier. That is just like an advanced degree.
It depends on what one wants to get out of it. There are diverse grades. There is pass as certificate that you came to UI, you appeared, we saw you, and but I always wanted a distinction. I realized that I did not just want. There was PhD grade.
Good.
I realized there was something higher than the PhD grade. Just like WAEC, many students want to chase the A1.
Good.
In my school, we weren't chasing A1.
Okay.
We wanted A asterisk.
Wow.
There was something beyond A1.
Yeah.
If you score 90 and above, you get the A asterisk.
Okay.
So if you had 9 A1s in my school, you're like, so what have you done? But if you said you had 9 A asterisks, something. So I did not just want a PhD grade. I wanted a distinction, and so that meant extra work.
So
especially because my department wasn't a place
what
where
department again?
English, Department of English. So you can't come out of an exam hall and then you're like, I really wrote. No, you are at the mercy of the lecturer because our 1 plus 1 is not 1. 1 plus 1 can be 11. 1 plus 1 can be 1 1 1. It's highly subjective. For maybe a department that you know that what is this? There's a direct answer. In English, there is no direct answer. It's as if you made sense to me. So we're like lawyers arguing for positions on books, on literary texts. So it is if you made sense to the person marking. So it was extremely subjective. I had to read wide, like, okay, how can I impress these people?
So it's not all about just writing, not all about just knowing the rules and wow. So you have to make impress the person.
And there were different people. There were the theoretical people who just bring all the theories and then show you could use, and then there were the others who just wanted something. So I had to study all of them. What does this person work? How can I break into this person? There was a prof who, after grading my scripts, he saw me working in the quadrant, and then he was like, "Have you seen your results?" That was after ME, after everything. I was like, "No, sir, I haven't seen it." You had a distinction. How did you put it? You had a distinction. There was a course of yours. I marked it. I gave you a 66, and then I submitted. But I said, no.
66?
I could not have given you 66. So I went back to the HOD, I retrieved the score, and then I graded it to 70. So I said, okay. So it's the extra above the ordinary that makes one extraordinary. It's the extra I can read for 12 hours, but I'm not choosing to read for 12 hours. I can do 14 hours that adds to it.
The extra. That's actually what makes one different.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move down to your next degree now, which is a PhD. So now we are meeting doctor. So if you are just joining our channel again, this is research where we do a lot of research about career paths, about self-discovery and businesses. So now on our talk today, on our show today, is all about career. We started from our undergraduate to our MA in English. Imagine in English, it's a borrowed language, it's not our language, but at least having a master and a doctor of that particular language is amazing and it's so beautiful. Now she wants to share her PhD with us, so let's go.
That crazy journey, man. Yay! Okay, so immediately I finished masters. By God's grace, I had a distinction again.
Wow.
masters, I think 2015 March. That was when we submitted our projects.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so immediately they said our results were ready because for a while the results were ready. Immediately the results were ready. I went to pick up my PhD form.
Wow, it did not even waste time.
I've never submitted any application anywhere.
Wow.
I'd always just known I want to lecture, and for now it is UI. Okay, so I wasn't looking elsewhere like, oh, let me go to OAU, let me do this, let me do that. So immediately I picked up my PhD form. But for a long time, I did not know what I wanted to do. I usually tell people like getting an area, a topic for PhD, like doing the job halfway. Okay, I will try this topic, I'll try to think it through, and then I'll say, oh, it's a dead end. So for a long time, I did not know what I really wanted to do. I was just trying a lot of things. I was trying to pray, okay, God, what will you have me do? And then the time was a constraint. Because by the time I started my PhD, I started fully, I think 2016. I was already employed with UI. And I did not fill any application form. I never wrote a letter to UI. I wanted to work there. When we had our defense for our project, the external assessor came from OAU. It's a prof from OAU. So by the time he saw the way I talked and everything, he started asking me, so what do you want to do? I was like, I want to lecture. So my HOD saw that he was fronting to take me to OAU. He knew that once he got back, he would go and press the buttons and say, we need someone in. So he pressed the buttons, got all the professors, they had a meeting, they wrote a memo to the VC then and said, oh, we want to retain this person at the department. The staff said, no, there's nothing like that. So they went back and forth, and then I got in.
Wow, God really using for you.
Yes. So by the time I started my PhD, I started working with UI. And time was not there.
Because
I got married, I got pregnant, and it just became maybe number
last on the list.
Because I'm not one of those people that will sit back in my office writing papers or writing my research and not attending classes. No. If I'm not going for my classes, it means I'm not on campus. Maybe I'm on an official assignment. So my family God was first, my family was second. I would cater for my husband, cater for my children. So PhD just occupied one back place. And then it just looks like I'll never finish this PhD. Because sitting down, in literature, we do critical thinking, you're booting, you're writing. And so it's not something I jump away from, I come back and then I continue from where I was, So I just felt, where will the time ever come to complete this work? But thank God for wisdom. I learned time management. Okay, so you won't find me doing what I really don't need to do. I learned how to, this is my priority. Once I'm done with this, I knew I did not have time for too many things. I faced, and then it looked like it dragged for a while. But then the ASU strikes came. That's the ASU strikes are always a blessing. That's because it just gives me time to work.
Because you won't be going for classes.
Going for work, so I can.
Good.
If I told people that I got into UI before 8 a.m. this morning, they'd be like, is that so not on strike? A friend called me yesterday and said, so you are free? And I said, I'm not free. This is the time I make use of. I push out most of my research during this time. Well, at least I try to get them to 80%. So when school resumes, I'm just trying to add finishing touches. So ASU strikes came and I really made. I remember I was at our ITA library. I used to go there to study. And then one of the people there said, you will give birth inside this library. Like, they are sure. I'm just going to give birth in one of the libraries. There is almost no, if you mention any library in Ibadan, I've been there. I know it. Once one person closes the gate, ITA was close to COVID, I went to UCH. UCH became COVID too. I just went around.
What are you actually looking for going around?
I'm a workspace kind of person. My husband is a doctor, but he can read on the bed. All of his books, he reads them on the bed. I can't. I need a serious environment where I am thinking. I'm not a bed, I'm lying on the bed, I'm reading. No, I can't lie on my bed and read. It doesn't work for me. Okay, so I always need a space away from home because when I'm at home, I'm looking at children's clothing. Do I need to fix this? So I want to leave home and then go to a place where I can think.
Good.
So I'm usually in a library working. Over time, God helped me and then I completed it.
Please, let's go back to how are you able to know what to research on your PhD topic?
As much as it may sound spiritual, the Holy Spirit led me.
It's good.
Because I was confused. For more than a year. More than a year, I did not know. I kept reading because, as listening is to speaking, our children growing up, they will listen for so long a time before they start to speak. That is how reading is to writing. If one doesn't read well, you write nonsense. You know, reading precedes writing.
Writing.
Reading precedes.
Like
so I just
doing
kept
a
reading.
literature review?
Yes, I just kept doing research. What have people done in this area? What have they not done? And then on a particular day, a professor of mine called me and then said, Miss Atolawe, okay, then I was Ajibola. Miss Ajibola, please, you have me to invigilate an exam. And then I felt like, God, I don't have time. This is what is sending me. This is, everybody just Miss Ajibola, Miss Ajibola. And then so I went to, it was an evening exam. So I just went to invigilate because I was like, God, this is not fair. I have a lot of things to do. He's asking me to invigilate. Only for me to meet one of his PhD students there. And so we got talking, and then I saw him holding a book.
Okay.
Something on trauma.
Okay.
And then I looked at the book, and then I began to read. My PhD is in trauma studies.
Okay.
But that was where it started, that book. You know, what looked like a problem, what looked like a difficulty became the blessing. Because that is where I can see today, you know, I'm most likely going to be a professor of trauma studies. Simply because I got a book from someone during an invigilation that I absolutely did not. You know, he gave me more books, and from there, I did representation of trauma in African migrant literature, and it was like a new field. It's still an emergent field.
Wow,
yes,
that's a good one. So how many years do you spend at the end of the day for your PhD?
On paper, I spent 4 sessions,
4 sessions?
which is the
4 years?
least you can. 4 sessions, roughly, yes. You know, because I did my PhD part-time. You can't work in here and then do a PhD full-time.
Oh,
you will
okay.
not say no. So I did 4 sessions. But in life, I spent 6 years. Because, you know, there was the COVID year where the session was cancelled.
That's true.
And then there were other years, ASU strike that did not count. So on paper, I would have, I used just 4 sessions, which was normal.
Good.
Or in real life. I spent 6 years.
Wow,
Yes.
That's been a lot. Finally, just share your graduation, your PhD celebration graduation with us. How do you do it? And it's been a doctor. What does it feel like? What does it feel like? Yeah.
I'm choleric, so once I get one goal down, I'm looking at another. Once one is down, so I'm already looking for places for fellowships, and because you know, I've had friends who told me, you're wasting away in Nigeria. And I said, I'm not leaving Nigeria until I have an instruction to leave. But while in Nigeria, I will be as global as any global scholar is. You know, I'll be able to fit into places they can fit in. So as much as I remain here while I'm told to remain here, I want to be able to do stuff where any Oxford lecturer can stand. So I'm looking outside for opportunities for fellowships. I'm not resting and saying, PhDs in the bag.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you so much. I believe we've learned 1 or 2 things from a pool of experience, how she's able to make it through 2 undergraduate, 2 postgraduate, and finally it's PhD. And I believe she's working towards being a reader or professor. Professor. Okay, are you a reader?
Emeritus professor. Nobel laureates. Emeritus professor. So something above
professor.
Being a professor.
Oh, she's looking forward to something above professor. So thank you so much for joining us today. I believe we've learned 1 or 2 things. So thank you. Join us again on next channel. Bye.